Hey, it's Greg Milby, Kentucky's Heartland at Kentucky'sHeartland.com, sharing the stories, people, and events powering the Heartland. Continuing our series of talking with folks and things that are going on, letting you know. I do have joining me by remote camera looking dapper. He's dressed for work. There you go. Deputy Judge Executive Daniel London. Shouldn't have eaten these little peanut butter
Yeah.
nuggets before I did this interview there, Daniel.
Well, and
Um,
I'm trying to unpicture you in your pajamas too. So
Yeah, hey, I'm good. I'm not in pajamas, but I am in my nice and comfy shirt today here in the studio. So Hardin County Government, Daniel's Deputy Judge Executive for Hardin County Government. After couldn't spit that out a few minutes ago. So Daniel, thanks for taking time to chat with me
absolutely.
about it. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and everybody does at this time. So
Right.
tell me, how are things going with the government?
Hey, things are going well, and I want to start off this way, Greg. First of all, thank you for doing this, but I want to put everyone at ease. Everything's going to be okay. I know I need that feedback from time to time, but we're all going to get through this, and that's the great thing about this, Greg. We are seeing this nation come together in a way that we haven't seen, frankly, since 9/11, to fight a common enemy. Our country's been through a lot over its more than 200-year history. So we have a proven track record of being resilient, and we are going to get through this, and everything is going to be okay. And it's great seeing the bipartisanship. No one's worried about party labels right now, and we're all just focused on our constituents trying to do the right thing. To get to the crux of your question, county government is closed to in-person activity at this time. That even includes our animal shelter and adoptions. But we are continuing to function, and I want to make sure everyone understands that we are still reporting for duty. We have essential functions that are important to public safety. It's important that business continue, albeit in a very safe manner, and following the governor's executive orders. And that's what we're doing. I know you're going to put up some phone numbers here for folks to look at. If you have an issue, call us. We will make sure that we find a way to get it taken care of if it's time sensitive.
So when it comes to people that are worried about their license expiring and their tags expiring and that kind of stuff, is there a grace period with this now? What are we looking at?
There is. So the governor has extended 90 days of grace period for those. So you can put that off. Your car registration actually you can do by mail or online, which we encourage you to do anyway. When you're talking about a county of 108,000 people, it can get rather busy in the county clerk's office. Even when times get back to normal, we strongly encourage you to take advantage of those methods to do so you don't have to wait in line. Social distancing is probably going to be around for a little while, even um, uh, post crisis that we're seeing now. But your driver's license, you're not going to get ticketed or jailed for having expired driver's license until this is over. So you can rest assured the governor has extended those timelines. You're good to go.
So what about I know like the recycling trailers and those are closed down, right?
They are. So what happened? I want to make sure folks understand. Department of Corrections, out of an abundance of caution, of course, stopped the inmate work program. So we no longer have inmates in any county throughout Kentucky going out and doing community work. Obviously, that's for everyone's protection, but particularly theirs. Of course, they're quarantined on a regular basis, and we want to make sure that we don't have virus issues in their detention centers because they could just get out of hand quickly, and we want to preserve their health and safety. That's just as important as anyone else's. So they've stopped those work programs. All of our recycling goes to Meade County. Their labor is based upon inmate labor, so they are not able to process at this time. The state has also told us that they know for sure that the virus can live on the surfaces of recycled material for 24 hours. So obviously that's potentially a health hazard as well. So they've stopped all processing. As a result, we've shut our recycling program down until further notice, until we get past this crisis.
So another question, actually somebody had emailed me
Yeah.
yesterday as far as trash pickup. Are there going to be any changes in
There,
that? I know I'm throwing this question at you out of the blue,
sure. No,
but
no, that's okay. And I'm glad you did that because it pricks my memory some. No, there's no change in trash pickup. That's going to continue. It's considered an essential service, obviously for a variety of reasons. But we want to ask everyone, take precautions. Keep in mind, yeah, our trash collectors are great folks. They're working hard. We want to protect them. Make sure all your trash is bagged. We have folks, and normally under normal circumstances, they'll pick it up, and I'm sure they will even now. uh, people will put trash beside their trash can that they take out. Just please bag it. Keep them in mind. Protect them. We don't want to take any chances, but that will continue on a regular basis.
So, what other information do you want to share today? Is there something that you want to get out? I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
the one thing with social media and why we're trying to do these interviews regularly with folks is the bad information that gets out on social media.
sure,
I want to
sure.
make sure we go directly to the sources to get this. So,
Yep.
what do you want to share to the people of Hardin
So
County?
yeah, so there are a few things, and first, obviously, I started off with I want everyone to understand everything's going to be okay. We're all working hard behind the scenes to make sure that everyone's health and safety is top priority. First and foremost, obviously, we have some critical functions here in county government, 911, EMS, for example. We've gone through significant planning. We've somewhat quarantined them off to their piece of real estate here in county government to make sure that they are as isolated as possible when they're at work, so that we protect them against the virus. But those operations are still continuing. EMS, we have gone as far as worst case planning. I want everyone to understand we're not planning for this to happen. It's worst case. What happens if our run caseload, if you will, increases threefold, fourfold, whatever the case may be? Are we prepared? We are prepared down to a fourfold increase in work for EMS. We've even gone to the extent, okay, how can we plan to help HMH if they become overrun, as far as shifting our employees to them? I'm happy to report to you, we have plans put together that readily assist in that situation, even down to having auxiliary force that would come into EMS and help us in that. So there's significant amount of planning that's gone through to make sure that everyone is safe in case we have a worst case scenario. We have essential functions, obviously, even down to our animals. So our animal shelter. Those folks still have to show up, make sure the animals are taken care of. We've restricted intake for now. We will continue to pick up strays that are in a hazard situation under those circumstances, but we're asking people obviously not to come to the shelter unless it's an absolute emergency. But we would ask you if you have donations of dog food or something of that nature. We'll happily take that. Obviously, we're going to have an increased caseload of animals right now because we can't let any out through adoption. But we are still having to take some under those circumstances. We've even gone to the extent of our animal shelter to stop elective surgeries, so to speak, on our animals to preserve PPE. So that again shows the level of responsibility and planning that we're taking here in county government. So we're trying to do our part here, maintain the services that are absolutely necessary, and help our constituents through this time. Also, you're going to help us. Go ahead and advertise this a little bit. Help us with a Facebook Live event on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. I'm concerned, as many are, about our constituents, their financial situation. We're going to bring some bankers together. I think there's even a good possibility that Congressman Guthrie is going to join us on Wednesday, at least a representative from his office, but he's trying to arrange his schedule where he can join us, talk about the legislation that Congress just passed and how that will help the citizens of our county and our businesses, because we want to make sure that when we come out of this, we don't just come out of it, we come out of it stronger together, and that we will. So we want to start making some preparations toward that end, and making sure that everyone's ready to go and they have the maximum amount of information possible at this point in time.
That's a lot, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. So
no notes either.
no, and Bryson not holding up cue cards. I promise you. We just, again, this is about people. It's about our community, and we're going to make sure that we do our part to help everyone get through this, whatever that looks like.
Most definitely. All right. Again, those phone numbers you need are on the screen right now. If you have any questions, you can call those numbers and get those taken care of there. Daniel, thank you so much for the time,
Hey,
man.
thank you, man. I appreciate you very much. You're doing a great service for our community right now. I really appreciate that, Greg.
You know, I tell people all the time, Kentucky's Heartland was designed to be able to share stories anyway, anyhow. And this is exactly what I didn't envision it doing it this way, but these are the kind of stories I did envision doing when
Well, we're
Kentucky's
all
Heartland was created.
we're all going to have to be agile and adaptive, and this is certainly changing the way we do business for the long term.
All right. Again, you can find this interview and other interviews going on in our community at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. Just look there on the feature tab. And that's Deputy Judge Executive Daniel London with Hardin County Government And I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller, and this is Kentucky's Heartland.